Okay, how you doing, guys? Kenny here, and right now we're just cruising through downtown Elora. It's a Thursday, and I think I'm going to go my usual way back through downtown Elora. It's going to hit double digits today, so the weather's looking good. A little damp, but it's not raining until this afternoon later, so that's good. I'm testing out this rock steady setting on the DJI camera. I got it over the winter, and it's a DJI Action 4, and reluctantly got myself a little wireless mic to go with it, and it seems to be pretty fantastic. I want to talk a little bit about just the experimenting I'm doing, but right now the two cameras I have are a DJI Action 4, the one I've got running right now, and I've got the GoPro Hero 12, and I gotta say, comparing the two, I really love what the DJI Action 4 is doing. It just seems like such a flawless setup. The screens, the touch screen, everything works really well, and even just the compatibility with these microphones, it's fantastic. It's been a great little setup. So this is downtown Elora. I'm just going to make my way back towards Guelph. Grab myself maybe a little espresso when I get there. But haven't had the chance to stretch the legs out on the Bullet 350. Just haven't really sustained any high speeds since the weather's gotten better. So doing a little bit of run to Elora, heading back, and my engine light has come on again. And I'm not sure why. It's always known to be a little temperamental, but it's had gone off for like a day, and then now it's back on. So I might take it to my local shop, get them to look at the run diagnostic check on it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything different. This morning I did have to adjust my cable slack, because I've never adjusted for the cable slack for the clutch, at least on the engine side of the cable. So I finally had to do that, and that's been sorted out. I really like the engagement point where my clutch is, with what my clutch is doing these days, so that's good. And like I said, trying a little stability thing going on, the rock steady setting, because I've got my DJI Action 4 mounted to my mirror here, and these mirrors are pretty vibey, so I wanted to try some of the stability settings just to see if I can get something going there that'll help out with the constant shaking that it takes on. But we're making our way back. We're gonna get the bike out on some higher speeds here. Well, it's 50, but we're making our way there. There we got 80. There we go. There's a saying around. There's a sign there that I just parked out front, and we had a sign that said the most road trippable town in Ontario. So Elora has a bit of a reputation, I guess, for getting a lot of visitors in the summertime on the weekends, and it's interesting because it gets so much traffic on the weekends. I prefer to come up here because I live so close. I prefer to come up here from Guelph during the weekdays, and I'll do a little rip around. Sometimes I'll stop in, sometimes I'll just take my time and hunt through. Getting blasted by a lot of wind today, and I'm suspecting my earplugs are not completely in. So I got these little like Amazon Moto type earplugs, and they're the ones that have like a little hole in it, and I gotta say, I kind of don't. I've had a pair of these before, and when I first started, and I always preferred earplugs if I'm doing any kind of long riding for prolonged periods where I'm doing like 80 and 80, 90 and up. However, I actually think maybe I prefer the little foam ones. They seem to just block out everything, and I kind of don't mind that. I don't know if there's much that needs to be heard. I guess you do, sirens and stuff like that, but I don't know if there's a huge difference between these ones I have and the Moto specific earplugs. They seem to block out, the foam ones anyway, seem to block out a fairly good amount of sound. So I think I might even pull over and just put on some foam plugs and get my little bottle glove over my mouth. One of the things I'm trying to do lately is get onto more highways, get onto a lot of speeds that are 80 plus, sustain those speeds in preparation for, my M test. So I'll probably be looking to do a lot more little town-to-town jumps. Goals this year, I really want to take the bike up to Halliburton. There's a family cottage in Minden I can stop at and use as ground base. Ride into out and around Algonquin, that'd be fantastic. Those are some of the immediate goals. However, man, I hate black flies. Black fly season starts mid-May, and there's no escape from it once you go up north. So I would love to do a ride in April up north just before black fly season, but then there's rain. The weather might be pretty decent, but it will be rainy, so I'm not too sure if we're going to have room for that in my schedule, but I'd like to make it happen. I would also like to try some moto camping. So as far as moto camping goes, I think that still requires me to get myself a cushion, a bed cushion, or a sleeping bag cushion, probably a better sleeping bag, and also a small little one-man type of tent. As far as camping, cooking, and all that utensils goes, I think I have most of the goodies. But if you can suggest any good crown land, I have no friends that have properties that I can experiment with moto camping. So I might book conservation areas locally just to give it a go, like one night here, see how I like it, go from there. So moto camping, riding up north, Algonquin, those will be some goals for the summer. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those vloggers that have unlimited time, most importantly, to do these bike rides. And I've got a small family, so that's okay. I do like the aspect of tinkering around and really just getting some mood time. So those are some of the goals for the summer or spring. Whether or not there's something I want to move on to after I get my M, I'm not too sure. There isn't anything immediate. I'm still very happy with my Bowler 350. It really is just like you get on it and you ride. There's no modes. It really gives you everything you need as far as the sensory input, as far as the controls, and you take it from there. And I really enjoy taking the scenery in, and they call it pure motorcycling, but it's immersive. It's very, very intuitive to ride. I don't find the weight to be challenging, even at 430 pounds for this bike. I don't find the turning to be. I don't find any aspect of this bike to be difficult to ride. And I kind of like that. I'm not out here to break crazy speeds or anything. I just like to chill. I do have to admit, when I first got the bike, I was a little bit, obviously, I was obviously not quite as used to the high speeds and, the leading of the bike and the speeds and the acceleration. However, I do feel like after a year of riding, there is nothing this bike does that surprises me. Other people might say, yeah, you're kind of getting bored of the speed. I'm not quite there yet, but I do realize that I am constantly hitting the top end of the power band. Just really, I'm comfortable with pushing it, to its fullest performance, however little that might be. And that's a good thing. I think it just means I'm getting comfortable with my bike. I'm not mad at that. One of the things I worry about parking out here, stopping at these lights when the speed is 80 kilometers, is watching for cars behind you that actually stop. And this is one of my concerns for high vis. And I am going to preach high vis all day long because I've got a little high vis vest on. It weighs next to nothing, but just that peace of mind, you're not going to get rear-ended. If they do rear-end you, they are really not seeing you at all. And I'm not wearing this to pretend it's kind of a comfort blanket. You really do have to watch out for things behind you. One of the things I realized when I started riding a motorcycle in traffic, you don't realize how important that is. And with the little 350, you really do want to get ahead of the traffic, because once they eventually pick up, they will come at you. So I always try to kind of give a jump, give it a good run. This way it ensures that there's a lot of space. I'm putting cushion between myself and the cars behind me. Because if they want to overtake you, pretty much any car can overtake me. Gas prices, 170.6. What's really bizarre about gas prices is when you go to places like Costco, where they're always guaranteed to have a lower gas price, and you go elsewhere, and I just wonder sometimes, where is the corporate responsibility to acknowledge that people are out there having hard times? You guys could settle for a little bit less of a margin. I don't know. Why is gas this expensive, knowing that people are stretched out on the dollar, that they can, and if this Iran conflict Iran, Israel, USA, the Americans are putting boots on the ground, and like, why isn't there this acknowledgement that this is going on, and if this is going to be short-lived, why not just give people a break? Give them a little bit of a break on the gas, right? I don't get that. It's like if, everyone needs a vaccine and then you just demand, and you raise the prices on vaccines. Like, is that ethical, right? We all have to drive. 11:11 is the time, and I just realized there's some street construction going on around my house. I cannot get back the way I intended, so let's just go get an espresso, which was originally the plan anyways. Really nice day for riding, though. I gotta say, I still am one of those people that, because I started my riding, I got my bike in November, and I started off riding in the cooler weathers. I much prefer it. I never quite adjusted to that summer weather. Whenever it came around a couple times, it did. I prefer, what's my range? I think my sweet spot is 14, 15 degrees, which is the high today. So that'll be cool. It is my happy zone when it comes to riding bikes. I do really enjoy riding my bike around this area in my little town. I feel like it's just challenging enough and stressful enough that, it's not gridlock, it's not daunting. You're not stuck here for half an hour, just trying to get out of the city, get into the city, things like that. I'm also doing this run to see if I got my helmet or my mic is picking up all the huffing and puffing. Got no dead cat on it, no windscreen, and we'll see how it goes. So, if you've been watching the channel, I appreciate all my hard-earned subscribers. I appreciate all the likes. I say this now, but I never intended to make any kind of a revenue, and I want to make stupid fun stuff. So thanks for coming along, and I really appreciate even just getting that one subscriber. Every 5 days I get a new subscriber, and I'm like, you know what, that was hard earned, and I like that. I like that I got the one, and I'm also curious about how far I can go, making content on one motorcycle, because man, I can talk about cameras all day long. I've talked about a number of cameras, but with motorcycles, clearly I'm not planning to own more than one, at least not at the moment. And I would be really curious to see how much content I can whip out of making stuff on one bike. Has anyone done that on YouTube? I don't know. How many people make content on one motorcycle, their first bike, and what do they do? What do they make? I mean, I wish I could go on some grand adventures, but that's not happening. Not anytime soon, at least for a little while. I felt a little drop there. Oh, another drop. Maybe I should go home. Or it might be a pretty light day. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I should make a run home. You never know about rain predictions this time of the year, because it could come down real hard for a minute. It could just go away. It could just spit for quite some time. You just don't know. Oh, it's coming down. So I think I'm gonna call it here. Make a quick run home. Get the bike in the garage. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for coming along. That was the ride from Elora to Guelph. There's my coffee shop, but I think I'm gonna pass on that and try and make it home.